The Premier League lineup has been revealed after the World Darts Championships. Q School's currently going on right now, where Simon Whitlock is 1-0 down to Adam Smith-Neil. We will keep you up to date with all the Q School games, and we'll even be discussing the Premier League here on Mirren Maniac.
Hey, do it now! Yeah, hey!
I really need to find a way to turn that down. That blows me ears off every time. But everybody, I'm coughing enough it. Welcome back to Mirren Maniac. We're once again sitting down with Owen. If you've watched the football one, you know this is literally being recorded back to back, like we're no stopping. So this is interesting. Owen, how you doing?
No bother.
Right. Just before we get into the Premier League nonsense, I'll update you guys on what's happening at Q School currently. Earlier in the day, John Henderson beat James Evans Bradford 6-2. Good win for him. Simon Whitlock beat Michael Oliver in the last leg decider, or Oliver Mitchell. I'm butchering some of these names because I just don't know who they are. I'm talking any of these players. No much else to fill you in on, to be honest with you. It's been some alright results. If any big results come through when we're recording the episode, I'll be sure to read them out. Andy Bolton is currently 2-1 down to John O'Shea. Simon Whitlock, as I already said, 1-0 down to Adam Smith-Neil. 2-0 down now to Adam Smith-Neil. So Simon Whitlock going out in the last 64 there.
He'll get beaten that one as well, but he will get beat.
Probably. Bal Greaves is currently 2 each with Josh Payne.
Oh,
that's an interesting one. Adam Lipscombe, I know him. I think he does quite a few social media events.
He does. He does it with that. What's the name of that? Oh no, what's the name of that? That Dan thing, Dan Coates, and all that. What's the name? Bill Hitters, that one.
Oh, Bill Hitters, aye.
Aye.
Jim, he's currently 2-1 up in Jim Long, so there's a few decent results going on right now. But the main reason we're here, the Darts Premier League lineup has finally been announced. The World Championships is over. We all know who was going to win it. It was always going to be the Nook. So, I mean, just before we talk about the Premier League lineup, what's your thoughts on how the World Championships went?
I thought it was actually a decent finish. It was actually quite good. I generally thought that it was just that glimmer of hope that I thought that I was gonna get the bet over the line with Gavin Price. But he's a bottle job. There you go.
You know what? Gavin Price shouldn't even get through because Joe Collins should have beaten him. I'm sorry. See if Joe hits the 170, you've got to go in and win the match, man.
I know.
I'm still raging at that. That's probably I genuinely, without being biased, you know I'm a big Joe Collins guy.
Yep.
That is probably the best moment of the tournament.
Aye.
In terms of what it meant during the match, like having to win that leg to stay in the match.
Oh no.
And having the balls to hit a 170 is mental. Like, genuinely mental. Joe Collins was never going to make the Premier League, unfortunately. Gavin Price has made the Premier League, but so we'll just get right into the field. Obviously, we know the top four was going to be Humphries, Littler, Van Gerwen and Cross.
Yep.
They were sure-ins, they always are top four, so none of them are really surprising to me. It will be interesting to see how Rob Cross gets on. I don't think he's had the best year by any stretch. He's been alright.
I think that loss in in his first round at the World Championship might put him down a wee bit, something like that maybe, but hopefully not. Actually, I do hope actually he's a hunt, so get
on. Getting into the four that get picked, starting off Stephen Bunton. He was obviously going to be a sure-in. Like, he is the entertainment factor in darts right now.
Deserves to be there.
Aye, we've seen how good the walk-on was every time during the World Darts Championship. Gone around different venues. I'm assuming you've got tickets to the Premier League in Glasgow.
I do, aye.
You and Edwards will be going to that. I will unfortunately no. But that is a walk-on that you want to be there to see. Yeah, everybody will be there to see Stephen Bunton.
And Aspinall.
Aye, and Aspinall, as we'll speak about later, because it's such an iconic walk-on. but I'm guessing you think it was well deserved Bunton being in there.
Aye, I feel like last year was one of his best years for a wee while. If I'm being honest with you, he's beaten some big ones. Obviously, you're just not going to have a chance of beating Littler at this stage at the moment. In that semi-final, you get blown away. But I thought, see, to be honest with you, I thought his form was going to go down very badly after the World Grand Prix when he was 2 sets up and he was 2 leads up and he absolutely somehow didn't win the game. No, 1 set up, 2 leads up because he was first to 2 in the first rounds. And then obviously Humphries came back and beat him, and I thought that was just going to lower his confidence, and it was going to annoy him for a long time. But he's been brilliant ever since that, and he's got his form up, and he definitely deserves to be where he is right now. So he deserves it, and plus he's going to be at the Premier League, and he's going to be playing in front of a Liverpool crowd, and he's a Liverpool fan as well. So
how good's the atmosphere going to be when Titanium comes on?
I know he's going to enjoy that so much.
That's the night I hope he wins. I hope he wins. I hope he wins the whole thing. Let's just go back mental. Why not? Next up in the field, Gerwyn Price, probably the most controversial picks the Premier League, because again he's not had a good year, and when you've got guys like the Decker that have won a major tournament, and I think I told you at the start that the Decker is the first player in 20 years that has won a major title and no been picked for the Premier League. I think that sums it up. Gerwyn Price, what are your thoughts on him being in there, and what do you make of the Decker start, because it is quite an interesting one.
Oh, it is a weird one. Price hasn't done a lot this year. Well, last year, sorry, and I didn't really expect him to get in. I didn't expect him to get in. I thought definitely when I seen that obviously the lineup was going to happen very soon, I'm like, surely to God, the Decker's got to be in there. Surely. He won a major.
I thought it would have been the Decker, right? I thought they might have put Dimitri in, because I know he's got 8 years, but I just sort of felt that way, that they were leaning towards Dimitri a wee bit.
Yeah. But but that Mark Webster said it brilliantly. He said that something about if Johnny Clayton beat Gerwyn Price, he would have been taking Price's place in the Premier League. But so obviously that's made Price in there. But I'm surprised that Price is actually in the Premier League. I think the deck has got to be there. I think he's been well to the spot.
If you win it, again with the start, if you win a major, you should be in there, and he's won the Grand Prix. But another player about that didn't make it, Gary Anderson. You felt if he didn't go out when he went out in the Worlds, he probably would have made it in.
I think definitely.
Well, if he would have said aye, obviously we know Gary said in interviews that he doesn't want to do the Premier League anymore, but you just felt that if he get offered it, he probably would have took it.
Aye, I think he would, but it's one of the ones, like, does he want to at that age want to be travelling about the place? I know Peter Wright was doing it for like ages and that way, but
probably no, but again, he didn't deserve to go in, because again he got knocked out to, was it De Graaf?
Nah, that's fucking terrible.
I mean, De Graaf was a handy player. He played alright.
Gary
Anderson just couldn't hit double. He genuinely had about 40 darts at a double and he didn't hit one. It was mental.
I missed it. I was wanting it there, but thank you, I missed it.
Oh, just a shout out to Gerwyn Price, by the way, for not only putting out Joe Cullen, but putting out Johnny Clayton, and then stopping Clayton's chances of being in the Premier League. I appreciate that one, Gerwyn. Yeah, dick.
Kapow!
I'm not raging. The next pick in the Premier League, Chris Dobie. Geordie lad, they will be at Newcastle for the date probably. How do you see getting on in that?
Obviously he was there not last year but the year before, and he didn't really do much. But obviously I'm hoping he can get something. and you can get a few like night wins and actually no finish. Did they finish bottom? I might not. No finish bottom this time. So hopefully can be up the Premier League table.
I'd like to think the table will be close. Like there's like I don't think there's very much like last year's Premier League when you sort of predicted Peter Wright was going to be bottom.
Yeah.
This year it sort of feels like every player has a chance. Although as we're going to speak about in a minute, there's a certain player that's struggling with arthritis right now. So who knows how that will affect his tournament? But I think with the rest of the players, and especially Chris Dolby, I think they'll actually get on all right. Dolby is a good player. He had a good run at the Worlds. Unfortunately, got knocked out just and sort of last sort of hurdles. But I think Dolby can compete in the Premier League. There's no reason why he can't. I think it'll be good to see him versus like a Price, Bunton, Van Gerwen weekly. It'll be a good watch. Before we talk about that last pick, just update you on a few Q-School matches. Bal Graves is currently 5-3 down to Josh Payne. Andy Bolton is 4 each with John O'Shea. Jim Walker versus Conor Hennigan is just kicked off. So is Ted Evans versus Graham Hall. Obviously, this weekend, from what I've read in reports, Ted Evans has been playing some fantastic darts. So
good stuff. Good. I was boys for Ted Evans. He's doing something.
He'll be looking to pick back up his tour card. Mervyn King is currently 1 each with Ryan O'Connor.
Forgot he existed.
In the big sort of match, Simon Whitlock also looking to get his tour card back. He is currently 4 each with Adam Smith-Neil. So that is a match that it can go any way at this point.
Go on, Simon.
I'm actually going to bring that up on the tablet and check the scores.
Another thing about Dolby as well. Chris Dolby for the last last year, maybe the last 3 or 4 months, he started to pick up form. He wasn't the greatest to start the year, but then he's managed to reverse that and be very good.
You've got to say with the top sort of 32 with how their years went.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to take much for somebody like Chris Dolby to have a good run, because a lot respect to the top 16, they have been playing some good stuff, but a lot of players have had an off year last year. So there's always room to get into that Premier League spot, and Dolby's done it well. But just to say on this Simon Whitlock match, it's obviously 4 each. Whitlock threw first, and then in his first 3 throws he's thrown 57, 57 and 59. And then he's followed up with a 41. So Adam Smith-Neil has hit 197 and a 140, so he's left himself 164. Whitlock's got 287. That's like
pure darts, Whitlock, mate. Pure darts.
I reckon this leg will probably go to Adam.
Probably.
Whitlock's not even managed a ton plus. He's hit a 96, so he's left himself 191. Adam's on 69, so this leg will probably go to Adam. And he'll take advantage. But would they have one more pick into the Premier League? He's struggled a lot with arthritis. He's been very honest in interviews. The Premier League can make or break somebody's arthritis, because if he goes into the Premier League and he starts freezing up, it's going to be a rough sort of. How long does the Premier League last again? Is it 12 weeks or something?
What?
In the Premier League? Is it like 12 weeks?
17 weeks. 17.
If he goes for 17 weeks and he freezes up weekly, then it's going to be a rough tournament for him. But I hope that doesn't happen. The last pick, of course, I'm talking about is Nathan Aspinall. Nathan Aspinall, who had a year out, had a while out with an injury. He's came back, he's done strong. But again, this is one of the controversial picks that does he deserve to be there over a Mike the Decker?
Aye, I think he does. Before his injury, he was playing good, and was it last year, the World Championship, that he had that he couldn't throw to save himself against, who was it? Was it Rick Evans he put off, I think, or something like that? He just couldn't throw to save himself, and he went for the operation, and maybe when his first wee tournament he came back, he wasn't the greatest, but then after that he was starting to find a bit of form. So I think he still deserves to be in there, I'm pretty sure. But I think the Decker should be taking Price's place this year.
Aye, I'd probably agree with that. Just to say, Simon Whitlock somehow won that leg. I can't go back and check what Whitlock hit. I don't know how to. I've never used this app before, really. But Simon Whitlock somehow is 5-4 up. I don't know what happened to Adam because Simon wasn't even on a finish. So it must have blew some big darts.
Adam's probably hit the referee or something now, man, honestly.
Aye, Adam has 56 left to make it 5 each. He's missed. Simon Whitlock has a go at 76 to win the match in advance. That surprised me a wee bit when I checked it and seen it was 5-4. I was like, what? He's literally, he was on 191 and Adam was on 69. Like, how have you bottled it like that, Adamson? Simon has took it out. He's took it 7. So Simon Whitlock advances through to the next round. Fair enough to him. Unlucky to Adam. He'll probably be kicking himself tonight because that was a good chance. Ted Evitts is 2-0 down to Graham Hall. And Adam Lipscombe is 5-4 down to Jim Long. So there's a few big players getting it right now. You've got to say. But aye, that's your Premier League lineup for this year. Aspinall, Dobie, Price, Bunton, Cross, Van Gerwen, Littler and Humphreys. Just to go through the odds before I tortuously make you pick a winner. Look, Littler is the favourite, 6-4 to win the tournament. Of course he is. Where it was always going to be the favourite. Luke Humphreys 3-1 in second. Michael Van Gerwen 92. Rob Cross, Stephen Bunton and Gerwin Price are all 12-1.
Right.
Dobie 16-1. And unfortunately Nathan Aspinall's 33-1. He's the lowest odds to win.
Hell, man.
If I had to make you, and I'm going to make you, who's going to win the Premier League this year? Who do you think it will be?
Jesus. Well, I said it last night to. I did say it last night to my dad. I thought he was going to win it. And I'm just going to stick with it anyway. Like Humphreys.
Oh, alright. Go on with Luke.
He's going to be raging. He's going to be raging from last year, and he wants revenge.
Aye, that's fair enough. I'm going to go a bit out there with my pick. I'm not just picking this guy because he's not a favourite. I'm picking this guy because I genuinely think he could win it. Aye. I'm going to go Rob Cross to win the Premier League.
Nice.
Cross obviously had a bit of an iffy year, didn't do much to be honest, and I think he'd admit that. But he kept himself in the top 4.
Yeah.
And he's there. And I think this, if Rob Cross can be fired up and Rob Cross can be playing his best starters, there's no reason why he can't win. So,
definitely.
I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go Cross to win it.
If he can get his scoring boots on and he can get his double 16 and his double 18 hits, then he's got a massive chance.
Aye, and obviously we do have a tournament coming up a week on Saturday. It is a Bahrain Darts Masters. We all love it. We all love it. I'm
raging, by the way.
How?
With that Bahrain thing, that the guys know there, they've done that.
Oh no.
Raging.
I'll run you through the lineups quickly. For PDC representatives, you've got Humphreys, Littler, Cross, Bunton, Price, Dowie, Aspinall, and Peter Wright has made his way into Bahrain for that tournament. The Asian representatives, we all know when Mardo will be loving this one. Lawrence Lagan is going to be playing in the Bahrain Dart Masters. Just what I say, Wayne, condolences out to you. Obviously, the bad news over the World Darts Championships. I hope you're alright. I hope we see you back on TV soon because you were a big on the World Darts Championships. But Lawrence Lagan has made his way in. Joining him, Alexis Toilo, Paulo Nabrida for the Philippines, Xiao Shen Zong for China. I've absolutely butchered that. Lok Yin Lee for Hong Kong, Nitin Kumar for India, Basim Mahood for Bahrain, and Abdullah Saeed. I'm absolutely butchered all the names, but that is who's going to be playing at the Bahrain Darts Masters.
Well, that Paolo guy, by the way, he surprised, obviously, some people when he put Ross Smith out of the World Championship, so he might do something.
You never know. What I remember for the Bahrain Darts Masters, it was last year, wasn't it, where Littler played Aspinall and hit a 9 darter on the first leg.
Yep.
I mean, that is silly darts. Look, there is really no need for that.
I know, that's just not enough.
How do you find out the scores here? What's going on? Right. Adam Lipscombe has beaten Jim Long in the last leg decider.
Yeah.
Bill Greaves is out to Josh Payne 6-3.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Again, Bal, like, we speak about the women's game and want them to be good, and Bal's one of the best players in the game. But they just can't commit to the men's game and do it, and it's annoying because I do want her to do well.
It's annoying me. It's the same with Fallon Sherritt, man. Like, she's absolutely dipped in her form, man, honestly. Ever since that she done that at the Grand Slam, hit the 170 and then made it to the quarters or something where she got put it to Peter Wright. Then after that, she's not done much, man. She's not done anything, man. It's annoying because I like Fallon Sherritt as well.
She's been very quiet. But one more thing before we wrap up. In June I think it's June. In June we will have the World Cup of Darts again. Now the reason I'm bringing this up, and I could have brought up any tournament, the reason I'm bringing this up, as you probably can guess, we are going to see our England team, Luke Humphries and Luke Littler. That'll just be the two English players. They're not going to pick anybody else, of course they're not.
No.
How do you think, see if you're any of the other teams, and Scotland will probably be Anderson and Wright again. No doubt about that. Probably, I'm sick of seeing they two, but I want change. How if you're a Scotland, Wales, because we know the Wales team can be good, Northern Ireland, Germany, any of these teams, how do you look at that England team and go, you know what, I fancy my chances against that? Because that is literally the two best dart players in the world. Well,
what I say to that is, you go up on stage and you say to them, right, it's nice to meet you, I'm away, bye, see you after. I'm away home, because I'm simply not playing that.
Seriously, like, how do you combat that?
Oh, I don't even know. You just hope that you win the bill in the back, and you get a hard throw for the full front, and you don't get broke. That's all you want, and then you've got a brilliant chance. But honestly, I'm not even kidding. By the way, see the World Cup of Darts. It's obviously it's first to 5 in the groups, or 4 actually. 4 or 5, whatever one is. They could win without getting after them. I'm honestly being serious.
I think they could win the full tournament without a leg.
I think they could win. Aye.
They are that good, and it's dangerous that's probably going to be the England team for the next 5 to 6 years.
Yep, it will be.
Probably even longer. That'll be the England team until Luke Humphries has had enough.
Aye, definitely.
Because I don't see any other English players taking their spots, and I know you've got the likes of Mike.
Obviously, the rankings is making the World Cup. Obviously, the rankings is making.
I mean, if we do look at PDC rankings quickly, because I'm going to assume the 2 highest Scottish players are Handel and Peter Wright.
Yeah.
I mean, when do we get to a point where the PDC don't base it on rankings and base it on, have an open tournament?
I know.
Obviously, with England, it's going to be Humphries and like that. It doesn't matter. You don't need to date with it. But see with these nations that, like, I don't want to be disrespectful to Dutch or Scotland or Hong Kong or China, any of these teams. But see with the type of teams, put players into an open field for the day.
Oh, I know.
Go and have Gary Anderson playing volleyball. Whoever wins it, have a big open. Whoever wins it or whoever does well gets a chance at the team. Or
do you see they're doing that, by the way?
Are they?
See, they're not doing that, but they're doing I think in Scotland, in Edinburgh. Anderson is there, Willie Ball's there, Darryl Gurney's there or something, and then some just
Ooh, that's a no big field, that, by the way, so maybe looking to go into that. Or do you do it in the way that you're highest ranked? So, take England, for example. Obviously, Humphries is still currently number one on the PDC Order of Merit. So, you have Humphries straight in. Humphries is your player that's going to be captain of the team. Then you have an open with every other English player in the top 100 and have them compete for that second spot. Do it with Scotland. Peter Wright's your highest ranked player, I believe.
Yep.
Have Peter Wright as your captain. Put everybody else into an open field. Do the same way. Wales, Northern Ireland, Germany. Do it with oil. So you get
definitely.
because obviously Love would probably win it. We know he would. But that leaves room for like a Stephen Bunton. Bunton, a really good day and beat everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I just would love to see them shape it up because it feels like even the Premier League, it just feels so. I don't want to say boring, but it's 17 weeks of the same. Now, obviously, I never watched darts when the old Premier League format was a bit. I believe you did for a bit.
Yeah.
But you know, you see the great moments like John Henderson, drawn with Michael Van Gerwen in Aberdeen. You get good moments like that. I don't know why you stopped doing that.
No.
Just to quickly speak about Hendo, by the way, he's currently 2-0 into Jason Heaver.
Classic.
So pull the finger at Hendo, please. But there's nothing else to talk about. We should wrap it up there. We've been recording for about 50 minutes now. Owen, thank you so much for joining me once again.
No.
Again, I will link all your links to your Twitter and stuff in the description. Jason Heaver's about to go 3-0 up, so that's brilliant. But that has been the first 2 episodes. He has 3-0 up.
Nice.
Mirren Maniac podcast. I hope you have enjoyed. We'll be bringing on so many more guests. I'm sure Owen will be back in the future as well. So keep an eye out for that. But I've been Robbie. That's been on. We will see you guys next time. Goodbye.